Alrighty, I've had enough of Brendan Ralph and Kevin Spacey for now.
WRONG!
What to review next? Yeah, I'll think about it later. Time for a movie. I got it. I'll look at the Deadpool game. For a character like this, I can't really do it alone. So who can I do it with?
Later.
So what do you say, AJ?
What do you want?
Deadpool. Don't you like Deadpool?
What do you mean? What am I, one of your YouTube friends to you? I don't talk about Deadpool. I talk about the things that matter. Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right.
I do not have anything to do with this kind of tomfoolery, shenanigans, mischief, or haberdashery. And I am honestly just insulted that you even asked me. And, you know, why? Like, you need to do better. You need to do better. And, I don't know.
I guess I'll take that as a no then.
Take that as a... Think about your life choices. And, make some changes. And, never again.
So, what do you think? Deadpool, huh?
I think you're smoking too much crack.
So, Deadpool, interested?
Deadpool. Oh, you mean the guy that, like... Oh my god, yeah. Are you talking about the guy that, like, roasted that, like, little kid on Twitter? Oh my god, yeah. Okay, well, listen. Interesting topic, but, however, I have something else that I fear we need to talk more about.
What is it?
And that is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
So, with everything I showed you, the pitch that I gave, and with everything in mind, I want you to tell me in your honest words, are you interested in doing this with me? What do you think?
Man, I've already gone bankrupt from all the Avengers microtransactions. Do you think I can afford even doing any form of a cameo?
So, maybe?
Get out of this Discord call.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Hello?
What's good, Virgin?
Oh, hey Alter, what's up?
So a little bird told me you were working on a Deadpool review, and I want in.
By little bird, you mean somebody told you on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
You gonna tell me who it is?
I don't know if I should.
Spill it.
It was AJ.
God damn it, I knew it. Remind me to kick him from the podcast next chance I get.
So what do you say?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll leave the podcast killing half the viewership if you don't let me.
Well, I didn't want to do this review alone, so you know what? You can join me.
Awesome. Let's get started.
Well, alright then. It's time to look at Deadpool, the game. Ah, the Mark with the Mouth. Such a fascinating character. Now, even though most people who are familiar with Deadpool know him primarily from the movies, my introduction goes all the way back to Marvel Ultimate Alliance from 2006. He was such a fun character to play as, and he was a favorite of mine and my brother. Over the years, I'd see him pop up in other things such as Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Hulk vs. Wolverine, and the Marvel What The series on YouTube. Anybody remember that?
At San Diego Comic-Con 2012, Activision would unveil their latest Marvel title, which would be developed by High Moon Studios, the same team responsible for the Transformers Cybertron games, which seemed like a smart choice. However, the game released in June 2013 to mixed reactions, to put it lightly.
In January 2014, the Marvel license Activision had would expire, causing the game to be pulled from digital storefronts like PSN and Steam. But in a shocking turn of events, the game would be re-released for PS4 and Xbox One in November of 2015. Nobody really knows how this became a reality, but the reason seems clear-cut with the movie coming out early that next year. Yes, they wanted to add on to the hype train. The version I'll be looking at is the 2015 remaster, since I don't own the original version and I'm not planning on getting it at the moment. So, you ready to dive in?
No, I'm not. It's hard for me to even smile nowadays. I'm in constant pain and really like to end it all.
Yeah. Let's begin with the story. It was a dark and stormy night. Deadpool gets a video game based on him. Well, I guess that's one way to start it. After convincing the head of High Moon Studios to make a game about him, Wade sets off on his virtual adventure by fulfilling a contract for some millionaire douche nozzle. He manages to get his hands on him and brings him back to his bouncy castle in a truly fantastic fashion. I wish I made that up.
Unfortunately, Mr. Sinister intervenes, killing Moneybags, which pisses off Deadpool very, very much. With the X-Men, our favorite R-rated hero sets off to the island of Genosha to get his revenge and to stop whatever dastardly plan Sinister has up his sleeves.
And that's about it, really. There's some stuff throughout that happens, like Cable showing up, having to collect souls for death, and having to rescue Rogue at some point, but for the most part, it's your standard comic book plot. Despite it being incredibly basic, it's genuinely entertaining throughout. Most of that is from the characters, but it's kind of a shame we didn't really get something a little bit more interesting.
The story is a very mixed bag for me. On one hand, I like the approach it was going for with the idea that Deadpool is going through his own game, when on the other hand, it's nothing but a bland, go through level to kill this character type of plot.
Speaking of characters, everybody seems to be on point. Except for one, which is Deadpool himself. He isn't a good representation from his core philosophy, and if you want a deeper explanation, some people went into it in their videos. With that said, in the context of the game, it works, and it helps that Nolan North goes 100% for every line he's given, and it's amazing. Also, Steve Blum as Wolverine can't be beat.
I think I should let it be known that Deadpool was my favorite Marvel Comics character. So obviously when it comes to characters, I could bust a nut at every single one of them. Especially Domino. Have you seen that character model? My God! On a serious note, I feel like the characters and the writing are the best parts of this game. Deadpool and all of his surrounding characters are all executed exactly how they are in the comics, and the cast is giving it their all. Besides Nathan Drake,
yeah, well, fuck you, Nolan.
I genuinely think Deadpool is one of Nolan North's standout performances. I would say the same for the other voice actors, but I don't feel like researching anything for a video that isn't even mine. So, fuck you, Marvel. So, now to the gameplay, right?
Hey, you're catching on. Wonder if you'll remember what section after this is.
You're a real dick, you know that?
I know.
I'm much worse, since I'm a white SoundCloud rapper without a stable fan base.
And that, kids, is why you write your friends' lines for the video.
R. Kelly is my uncle?
Indeed he is.
Let's just move on.
We'll start with combat, since that's what you'll be doing for most of your playtime. You have your standard light and heavy attacks with square and triangle respectively. You also have a counter, which is the same button as the teleport, so sometimes you'll just be displaced in the opposite direction instead of countering the enemy. During combos, you can perform gun kata with whatever weapon you're equipped with, which is fun to pull off and helps with certain enemy types. As you perform combos, you'll build up meters for special move, which the game calls momentum attacks. All I'll say is that some moves are better than others, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
The combat in this game is really nothing to write home about. Mainly because it's just a simple hack and slash game. There's obviously nothing wrong with that, but I feel like it could have been expanded on just a little bit. I still think it's a fun combat system, even though some weapons are definitely more OP than others.
I do enjoy the combat for the most part, but there's a certain amount of jank to it. Like, it needed a bit more time to be fine-tuned.
Besides combat, you have stealth sections that are few and far between. I don't really know what I expected. Like, it's not like Deadpool is a character that really relies on stealth. I mean, this isn't Arkham.
Honestly, there was no need for this. Besides it being bare bones with only 2 buttons, they're mostly confined to a hallway, and if you make one wrong move, the section restarts or it'll turn into a fight, which can be annoying. Now let's talk about weapons, since there are a fair number of them. For melee offerings, we have the trusty katanas, but we have a couple others such as the sais and 2 massive hammers which can fuck shit up. As for guns, you have the standard pistols, but you can unlock others like shotguns, SMGs, and even fucking laser guns. You can shoot them by pressing R2 with L2 as your lock-on.
Besides those, you have an assortment of gadgets at your disposal, like bear traps, landmines, and the grenades of the frag and flash variety.
Weapons are fun overall. All the guns feel satisfying to use, and despite not really using the gadgets, they still have their uses. When it comes to my favorites in the arsenal, it would be the sais for close quarters precision and the machine guns just for the rapid fire.
Like I said when talking about the weapons, I feel like certain weapons are more overpowered than others. Depending on who you are, this could be a problem, but for me personally, I feel like it makes sense why a shotgun and the needler from goddamn Halo are more powerful than ordinary pistols, but for the short length of the game, I feel like there's a good variety of guns and grenades.
Alright, time for our final thoughts.
Really? We're not going to talk about the other stuff for this video?
By other stuff, you mean the challenge maps, and that's it?
I mean, there's more stuff we can talk about, like point taken.
In conclusion, Deadpool the game is ultimately something I can have a fun time with, despite the fact that it's very standard and bare bones. When it comes to stuff I enjoy, it mostly relates to the gameplay, the cast of characters, and the story, which is genuinely entertaining despite it being incredibly basic. The issues for me boil down to stealth being unnecessary and the fact that the game has very little that is keeping me from coming back. Besides the story, there's just the challenge maps which we just mentioned. There's no cool collectibles to snag, and you can't even wear any alternate costumes to spice things up. What the fuck? Despite its flaws, Deadpool is a solid action-adventure title that is definitely worth a playthrough at some point.
I personally grew up with this game, and fun fact, this was the first M-rated game my parents would ever let me get, so it holds a really special place in my heart. Even if looking at it now, it's not the most polished thing in the world.
Doesn't matter what console, if you can find it for the right price, I'd say go for it. You know, that actually went better than expected. Thanks, Alter.
No problem. If there's any excuse to talk about the regenerating degenerate, I'm there.
Why don't you tell these people where they can find you?
Sure, you can definitely go check out, my channel. I have a bunch of cool stuff talking about comic books and other nerd things. I also talk about music a lot on my channel as well, just pop culture in general. Go check out my music, by the way. I make the greatest music you'll ever hear in your life. Alright, Paul McCartney can suck my dick. I just want to say that pissed Josh off. So, when are we reviewing Beware the Batman?
Yeah, I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I just kind of want to focus on other stuff at the moment.
But you are going to include me, right?
Let me think about it. Bye!
Wait.
Alright, next time we're looking at Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters, and boy, I haven't touched this one in a while. But until then, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. Hello, it's time for our obligatory end collab thing here. I don't know what to call it, but let's get into it. So first of all, a huge thank you to Alterbrap himself for being in the video, working with me on the script and just everything. Actually making this a full collaborative effort, which I never really done up until this point. Mostly it's just been cameos and stuff, but this was actually really fun to do and to write and figure all out. So yeah, go check out Alter on everything, his music and whatnot, and also go check out his legendary remix, which I'm gonna play a piece of right here, so enjoy.
was bad at it, addicted to rap like a crack addict. I done had it, I feel like Mobb Deep, how I wreak havoc. You know when I spit a scheme, I make the whole scene tragic.
Also, shouts out to all the other cameos at the beginning of the video. You guys are amazing, having to, you know, not only put up with me, but also, you know, being a small bit in the video regardless is, and the whole, it was just a lot of fun to do, so, yeah. I got nothing there. So I know this video is super late, which, you know, these things happen, you know, he has his own life, I have mine, and, so in that case, I'm working on the next video right now, and hopefully I can get it out here soonish. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm gonna work really hard to get that next video out, and it's gonna be a surprise. So be sure to stay tuned for what it might be. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Be sure to follow Alter on all of his links. You know the drill, of course, right? So, have a fantastic night. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves.
I got bitches all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking